Australia promised 1.2 million homes.
Australia is set to build 1.2 million new homes under a new housing supply plan over the next 5 years.
But guess what we're actually getting?
A new report shows Australia's plan to build 1.2 million new homes by 2029 is in serious trouble.
A steaming pile of planning delays, construction bottlenecks, and empty promises.
The National Housing Supply and Affordability Council says the ambitious target is likely to be missed by a huge margin.
Welcome to the great housing shortage, guys. Brought to you by bureaucracy and not builders. Because while the politicians are out doing press conferences in hard hats, the only thing they're constructing is confusion, guys. So in today's video, what are we unpacking? I'm breaking down the massive shortfall of nearly 400,000 homes by 2029 and what that actually means for buyers and renters. Why government targets mean squat without fixing the broken planning system we have. How population growth is quietly outpacing construction by a country mile. And most importantly, guys, how investors are reading between the lines to make big moves like my clients while the media screams, crisis. So right now, guys, let's talk about the promise versus reality gap. I don't know whether you know, we were told 1.2 million homes would be built in 5 years. That's exactly $240,000 per year of homes. But the reality check, guys, in 2024, we barely scraped together 135,640 completions. It's a 2.4% on 2023. And this is a quote from the UDIA report. Now, guys, UDIA stands for Urban Development Institute of Australia. They reported, quote, Australia will fall nearly 395,000 dwellings short of its housing target by 2029, end quote.
The target is about 1.2 million, as you said, but based on the new forecast, we will be far behind that. So the main reason is that I think we are using some sort of traditional technology in the construction.
And guys, do you know what my savage opinion is? That is not a shortfall, guys. That is a catastrophic failure dressed up as ambition. Like, for example, if I told my clients I'll help them buy 10 properties and only delivered 3, on a technical point, I should be fired, but not applauded by ABC. But hey guys, hey, but some of you might say some cities did okay, right? Well, let's look at who's actually building and who's actually still asleep at the wheel. So right now, guys, let's look at capital city construction, which is a tale of two Australias. At the moment, according to the data, Perth was up by 22% in completions. Melbourne, you say, a modest 7%. But Sydney dropped by 4%, guys. And Adelaide down by 6%. And Canberra, you might ask, down a whopping 16%. According to planner Alan Davies, wrote in The Urbanist, quote, Sydney's chronic NIMBYism, which is not in my backyard, mate, and planning red tape had choked housing growth for years. And meanwhile, Property Council CEO Mike Sorbis warned, quote, we need urgent coordinated actions or this shortfall will haunt us for decades, end quote. Now guys, this is my take. Some cities are trying. Others are holding crisis pressures with latte in hand. We don't have a housing supply issue, guys. We have a political spine issue, guys. But right now, you're thinking, hey Q, the value ends here, right? No, guys. Wait until you see what 2025 and 2026 has in store for you. Right now in this video, we're going to look at the construction forecast data. And I'm telling you guys, it gets worse before it even gets better. According to UDIA, which again stands for the Urban Development Institute of Australia, forecasts show in 2025, completions of homes to be built will fall by 120,660,000 homes. And in 2026, it will drop again to 116,700 homes. And guys, this isn't homes to be built. This is homes they have not built and will be falling behind to build. So what this means, guys, we're building less while our population explodes. Speaking of which, guys, the Grattan Institute's Brendan Coates, he says, Australia's planning system is simply not designed to handle the scale of migration we're currently experiencing at the moment, end quote. And here's my take, guys. This isn't just poor planning. It's economic malpractice. Right now, the government is feeding population growth and starving housing at the same time. Now, I don't know about you guys, that is not policy. That's sabotage with an evil smile. How sadistic of the government. And right now, guys, this brings us to the real villain in the room. We're going to talk about the population versus the supply mismatch. In this part of the video, we're going to talk about how population growth is currently eating supply for breakfast. Right now, guys, according to data, Australia's population growth grew by 552,000 in FY24, financial year 2024, and that doubles the long-run average, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Now, Treasurer Secretary Stephen Kennedy said, immigration is vital for economic growth and labour supply, end quote. While economists saw as like counters, quote, you can't invite hundreds of thousands to the barbecue and forget to build a bigger deck, end quote. And this is my take, guys. Growth is great, but without homes, we're creating a nation of Uber drivers sleeping in garages. And in my own humble opinion, this is how you manufacture generational resentment. Because I don't know about you, I'm kind of quite jaded at the moment. And for you guys who are watching this at the moment, who's kind of salty at the moment and in the middle of all this, guess what is quietly getting more expensive? And this is where I segue into this part of the video where I talk about how house prices are soaring while the supply is shrinking. And in particular, we're talking about land. We're talking about lots of land. At the moment, land lot prices surged 13% in 2024, with a national median price of land at $421,525. That is double the average growth of the past decade. And do you want to know where is the strongest spikes at the moment? Well, at the moment, we have spikes in Southeast Queensland, Adelaide, and Perth. According to UDIA CEO Max Schiffman, he says, quote, we are not scaling fast enough to meet market demand, even in our more resilient regions, end quote. And guys, this is my take. Land is now the new Bitcoin, only with more paperwork and less logic. And for you guys who are watching this, if you're waiting for prices to cool down, I'm telling you right now, you'll be renting until your grandkids go to uni. So at the moment, you guys will be watching me and go, hey Q, that's a lot of doom and gloom. You're scratching your head and you're asking, so what's going to be done about all of this? So right now, let's take a look at the so-called solutions on offer. In this part of the video, I'll talk about the solutions that solve nothing. At the moment, I've been reading a lot of reports that calls for unlocking development-ready land, fast-tracking rezoning, supporting medium density housing, and incentivizing private sector involvement. Now, all this sounds really nice, but none of this is happening fast enough, guys. According to Urban Task Force CEO Tom Forrest, he says, quote, policy announcements aren't translating into actual homes, end quote. And again, this is my take. Governments are great at writing reports and launching schemes, but unless these schemes come with hammers, cranes, and tradies, we're still in a housing coma, guys. Now, right now, guys, here comes the real roast. I sadly think bureaucracy is the real boom town at the moment. What do I mean by that? Like, let's be real, guys. The only thing booming faster than immigration is the paperwork and the red tape to build bloody duplexes at the moment. I mean, for all you smart folks that are listening at the moment and watching this at the moment, think for a second. State and council approvals are taking forever. Right now, guys, red tape strangles private developers. Like right at the moment, I have a lot of developer clients and they're all complaining about the bloody red tape that's caused by the council and at state level. And I don't know whether you're watching the news, but every press conference that relates to building development in Canberra at the moment always ends with, oh, consultation continues. So here's my roast, guys. Politicians promise housing. They always do. Every election they do that. But if a builder like one of my clients needs 3 years and 2 kidneys to get a DA approval, like you gotta be kidding me, right? You're serious, right? Like for the polis out there who are watching this, I'm just gonna call you out, guys, right? You're just a photo op campaigning in a floral fest. You're doing nothing at all at the moment, guys. So right now, this is my final thoughts. What is the bottom line at the moment, you might be asking? I'm telling you right now, guys, the housing crisis isn't coming. It's already here, guys. The only thing more unaffordable than a home at the moment is you sitting there waiting. So right now, guys, if you're an investor, this is your moment to act while everyone else is stuck in doom scroll mode. So what I suggest for you who are watching this right now, if you want to get more information, if you want to take advantage of this gap between housing supply and housing demand and the massive opportunity gap in between these two things, supply and demand, and in between we have the bureaucratic red tape that I just mentioned above, I suggest you book a 15-minute strategy call or a 60-minute strategy call with me to deep dive into how you as an investor or first home buyer can take advantage of the massive opportunity gap that allows you to buy the property now while there's a crisis and ride the trend before the police start fixing the problem and you can ride the capital growth. Because right now, guys, I want you to turn this crisis into a blueprint for financial freedom. Because at the moment, guys who are watching this, you can either be priced out by poor planning or profit from it. However, if you're not ready, hit the like button if you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you want to follow more content like this, and most importantly, smash the share button, share it to your friends and families and colleagues so they are on top of this information. And until next time, stay warm, it's winter, and I'll see you in the next couple of days with another episode of That Property Roast.